Okay, I'd just like to continue off my last video because I think I had a good start with my thought process, but I didn't have time to finish because of the 15-minute time restriction. I'm going to get a new color of crayon. So, again, from the Taurus, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, which is time. Depicted as 1 of 4 of 3 of 28. Okay? We have 1, 2, 3, and 2 halves is 4. Now here we have 1, 2, and 2 halves is 3. Okay? Because we are not yet one with time. Okay? I believe the 4th dimension is time, the 5th dimension is love, the 6th dimension is ego, the 7th dimension is nothing, and the 8th dimension is infinite, but it's relative to where you are. Look, guys, it took 7 days to create the Earth. So if this is space, you know, 1st dimension, 2nd dimension, 3rd dimension, lines, planes, volume, X, Y, Z, this would be being one with time. Okay? You have to know that after creation of all the things in the column, you have to create the nothing, and the n plus 2 is the infinite. Infinite, guys. Infinite, like a snowflake, growing infinitely in all directions. Okay? In the XYZ three-dimensional space. Now, if this is time, that would mean this is love, this is ego, and this is nothing. Infinite, 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 infinite. Okay? Like, infinite in any column of X and Y, and any column of X and Y of Z on any depth of snowflake. You know? Any depth of the snowflake. Okay? Because that's nothing. Because nothing goes here. Okay? We created the universes. God created the universes, Jupiter, Saturn, okay, and the stars. Okay? Look. Time, love, ego are not part of man. Yet. Okay? I hope you can see that. Just because I didn't depict them in colors doesn't mean they don't exist, which is why we all have different dimensions of snowflake, guys. We have all different dimensions of hypercube. But I believe until we conquer time, we are trapped out here in space. Three-dimensional space. Okay? Now, how will man evolve to incorporate time, love, ego, and eventually, you know, you always have your n plus 1, which is the nothing, and n plus 2, which is the infinite, guys. The infinite hypercube. The infinite snowflake. We have to keep absorbing different dimensions of hypercube. Different rows of the snowflake. Okay? So it's base 4, guys. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay? What does that make the next one? 12? Okay, well, if we have 1, 2, 3, 4, followed by a 6 by 6 cube, okay, that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so that's obviously perhaps flawed logic. Because our Bible doesn't go beyond Revelation 16, you know, 4, 8, 12. What's that sequence, guys? 0, 4, 8, 12. It could be correct. 1, 2, 3, 4, or sorry, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. What about that to get to the bottom line of the L? Look, that's the first time we have a universe with 2 galaxies. A 10 is an 11 because a 0 is a 1, but a 0 is also a 3. Okay? And a 3 and a 1 is a 4. I don't know. I'm not saying I'm right here. Okay? What I depicted earlier in this post-it note, look, a 0 is also a 3, guys. Ugh. "14, guys, like Vedic astrology, okay? Like Indian astrology, Vedic astrology has 14, what do they call them? They call them 14, they actually draw a square, guys. They actually draw a square and it has a bunch of lines through it and stuff. It's been a long time since I looked at Vedic astrology, but in Vedic astrology, I know they count Orion, and they count another planet. I believe it begins with an O. I'll put a link in the description, okay? Vedic astrology depicts 14 zodiac signs. Okay? Now, I don't know how they break down the 364 or 365 into 14, but I know that the lunar cycle of 28 fits into 364 exactly 13 times. Okay? Maybe you never take it out of the circle because you have to understand that there's always going to be a +1 for infinite. Okay? So what does that make? What does that make the 13th zodiac sign? And maybe the 14th zodiac sign? Maybe Vedic astrology is correct. Because I did a lot of research a long time ago into Vedic astrology. And apparently it's a really good way of determining your life path. Okay? Vedic astrology, you need to know the exact time of your birth, the exact location in Earth when you were born. And they can tell a lot about you from just those 2 things. You know, people, whatever, like, I don't know what to call them, psychics, but, whatever, Vedic astrologers. Let's just go with that. Okay? So, again, when do we become one with love? We become one with time. We become one with time here. This is when Armageddon's created. Because, you know, man was, like, whatever this is, let's say man was created. You know, man was created. But this is becoming one with time. That's why when you have a 6x6 cube, is when you become one, down here, further, with ego. And when you create a 7x7, time, this is time. So when you make the, when you make the X, you become one with time. When you make the L, you become one with love. When you make the C, you become one with ego. When you make the D, you become one with nothing. And when you make the M, however you make these, you become one with the infinite, guys. Okay? Now, what if, like I was talking about this today with my buddy, which is cool, because I got to talk about stuff. You know, well, I was watching The Matrix, and I know I've watched Star Wars plenty of times, guys. And Neo was the one who saved everyone. That's not the way it works, guys. No one can save you except yourself. We all have to become the one. We all have to ascend to the higher mind, the neocortex of the brain, to become one. And you don't become one when we make the X. Because all we become one with when we make the X is time. And all we become one with when we make the L is love. And all we become one with when we make the C is ego. And all we become one with D is nothing. And all we become one with when we make the M is the infinite. Maybe that's getting it. The first, the second, the third, the fourth, the fifth wave. Okay? Now forget about dates for now, because I don't even know what our calendar is. I'm pretty sure that the calendar that I grew up with and know, and read in the paper about the 12 zodiac signs, needs revision. Okay? Because if we are 1 of 7 of 13, I don't have any circles here, guys. So perhaps we're 2 of 8 of 14 of 111. No? The duality of man, male and female. Sorry, females are worth more. They lead in our backwards reality. The duality of man. So we're 2 of 8 because we're infinite, guys. Of 14 because we have 14 months. We have maybe we have 13. That's what it is. We have 14 astral signs in our zodiac, but we have 13 months and 14 astral zodiac signs. Okay? And 111. A trinity. When we become one, it's one with the duality of feminine and masculine, negative and positive, infinite, the 14 astral signs of our true zodiac, of Vedic astrology, and the trinity of the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. Okay? Because Jesus saves. Jesus can only show you the door. Jesus can only show you the beginnings of the makings of the Hypercube. That's what Jesus does. He can't make you walk through it. Okay? You have to walk through the door. Morpheus said it. I can only show you the door. You're the one that's going to have to walk through it. Okay? Trying to draw a hypercube that I depicted in 3 dimensions, guys. Okay? Jesus can show you the door. You have to walk through it. Clockwise, guys. You want to go through the right hand of the door. Not like Neo in the Matrix when he walks through the left hand of the door before he goes and shoots up all those people. Do you see this? Going in, pushing on the right hand.